Nintendo Labo is either the greatest or worst thing ever. Simple cardboard toys that pair with simple games. The last 3 Labo sets didn't do too hot, so let's take a look and see how the new Labo VR set looks. Personally, I compare the marketing of the Labo to the Wii U. It's a little confusing, they don't really know how to do it. I would probably advertise the STEM aspects of it more, but they focus more so on the games that you'll pick up and put down after a few minutes. While the games in Labo VR are a lot more fun than previous sets, they're still mini-games. Toy-Con Garage is an amazing feature, probably the main reason I would come back to the VR set. Let's start with the main draw of the kit that I got. I got the blaster and headset kit. So the blaster itself is pretty rad. It was fairly simple to put together. At most it took maybe an hour and a half at most. The cardboard itself is pretty strong, which surprised me. I thought it might be a little flimsy, but again, I did pay $40 for cardboard. The copy actually is pretty sweet. The minigame for the blaster is a on-the-rails space shooter, I guess. It was pretty fun to play, and I can definitely see myself coming back to it, and there's more than one level. It kind of reminds me of Time Crisis for some reason, probably just because it's an on-the-rails shooter. The game itself feels like a Wii U game. It feels like it could have been done on the gamepad, and it definitely feels like they might have had some ideas that they just ported over for the VR. They're not bad by any means, but they are definitely very simple. While you're playing the game, it's definitely really immersive. You have the headset on and then you slide it into the blaster. It definitely feels really immersive, but you always feel like you're holding something, which definitely isn't a bad thing. I feel like it kind of adds to the immersion, maybe even a little bit. It's good for kids because you don't want to get them trapped in the game. The main game for the blaster is the alien shooter, and there's not really much else to say about it. It's a fun game. Some cute-ass aliens. The next part that it came with was the headset. The headset really surprised me. Like I mentioned earlier, I thought it was going to be pretty flimsy, but it's really sturdy, especially when you have the switch in there. It definitely feels a lot better than, say, the Google Cardboard, but it's obviously not going to feel like the PlayStation VR. There's not really much to talk about with the headset yet, seeing as Breath of the Wild and the Super Mario Odyssey expansion aren't out yet. But as soon as those come out, I'm strapping this bad boy to my face and I'm living in it. There were actually a few surprises I had no idea about. It came with this little windmill right here that I put together. It took me like 10 minutes. All you do is you slide it on over, and then when you put it on, you just blow. The main minigame you play with that at least the one that it demonstrates, is you blow on this, and when you blow on it, a bunch of balls fly out. You gotta take out these balloons, and for some reason, people fly out of the balloons. Why is there people there? Why are they in balloons? Is it a kink? It's probably a kink. Where Labo really shines is the Toy-Con Garage. The Toy-Con Garage, you can make all sorts of games yourself. You can build platformers, shooters, anything you can imagine. All of the games actually that are included with the Labo VR were all made in the Toy-Con Garage themselves, so it gives kids a really good base point to jump off from for the coding. The VR Garage actually feels like a dumbed down version of Dreams. There's so much you can do in there. One that really stuck out to me was you put the headset on and you're like in the bottom of a breakout table and you control the paddle with one hand and you gotta like look and just play Breakout in 3D. It's a really fun game to play, but it's a little hard on the neck. I don't really have much to show you. I haven't had a lot of time to spend with the Garage, but I'm definitely going to be playing it a little bit more. I might even stream it. Please subscribe to my Twitch. I stream sometimes. Now, it goes without saying there's definitely some flaws. The resolution of this obviously isn't the best. It's a 720p portable screen. It's not going to be PlayStation VR OLED levels of clarity. It's a little bit blurry at times. That might just be me. And then there's a lot of anti-aliasing around the edges. but it's nothing that stops the immersion. It's still a really good VR experience, especially for only $40. It was definitely a really good experience, especially for the low price. The only big problem I have is that there's no head strap with it. I heard that was to lower the rating on it, which makes sense. You don't want kids to get stuck in it and freak out. There are these little holes on the side, though. I feel like it might be pretty easy to get a strap and put it in there. I definitely feel like there's some customization that could be had going on there. Other than that, the VR really surprised me, and I thought it's a good experience, especially for kids. The garage definitely makes it a good STEM experience, something that kids can learn and learn if-then statements and that kind of stuff. It'll be really cool to see all the games people make in the garage. The only unfortunate thing is you can't share them, which I guess makes sense because people could just put like big VR dicks. Other than that, this game is definitely a buy for me. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that bell. Hopefully I'll be doing a video here every week. Product reviews, top 10s. I got a really cool top 10 in the works about Pokemon. If you want to see more, just hit that subscribe button. See you guys later.